This episode's all about how Norway pushes for interdisciplinary research to advance their health innovation. Stay tuned as we talk to two experts in the field.
Chloe, the scientist.
Science is for everyone.
What got you to where you are today?
Very, actually, it was not a one linear path.
Yeah.
It was really like a zigzag or twisted But I am happy about where I am right now. And I think that it was something that when you are younger, you have like a narrow, maybe perspective that, okay, this is the only thing, molecular biology or something. But at that time when I was trained at the base like a clinical pharmacologist. So my duty was to patient monitoring. We take samples and we ensure, for example, the epileptic patient, they are in the right dose. So for a while I was doing that after the education or graduation. But then I realized that, no, I'm interested into research, so I have to get back. So for me, it has been on and off, academy out and back. So either clinic, and then when I got back to the research, I got involved with the companies, pharmaceutical companies that are producing drugs against some certain disorders, and I got to be again out for a collaboration very closely with the pharmaceutical companies and also medical devices. Some imaging for cancer, some drugs against, for example, pain. This path again, and then it brought me back again to the technological part, because health and technology are very close. At some certain point, I identified that I cannot focus only on one, and I need the knowledge for the half another part of it. So
Sounds like your research is quite interdisciplinary then. How do you manage then making sure that you stay on top of both of the, keeping both sides of your research, keeping that interdisciplinary, not focusing too much on one versus the other?
I think it's actually impossible. Even if I try hard to stay on health, it's impossible. Because what the funding agencies, for example, internationally or in Europe, they ask you for the collaboration, networking, cost action, for example, program. They ask you, you are required to include the people from various countries, and then they define some countries like purple countries, green countries, that you have to include them. So there are some requirements to force you into interdisciplinary, and also from inclusiveness of the regions. And also we made or built the consortium for the collaborations. If I really want to go for chasing some of this European program funding, I have to build up a consortium. And in the consortium, it means that you have to have interdisciplinary.
That's really, what is this? These European
because
grants or?
Yeah, it is like, for example, in NIH, for example, in the US, so we do have the European Commission that they are having various programs. So normally these various programs you can apply to for million euros to keep running. I mean, it can be in the sector of any sector that you are working, but to make it to work, you cannot send. There are some programs that you can still send it as a private or single researcher, but most of the other programs they are required for some consortium that you have to build. And through this, you actually get to network with many countries, many researchers.
That's a really awesome addition to.
It's come to the culture of basically research and
Because with the NIH, it feels very fractured. The funding is for very specific niche fields rather than. That's a really cool idea.
It was it's still ERCs like that. You can go for a ERC, for example, starter ERC, like a profession, like a high level, as a researcher, as a one person, and then you can also apply to that. But many other programs, they are just like a program. For example, environmental, health and environment sector at the moment, One Health. You can future foods, I was also part of that. So it is sometimes that the thematic is such a way that it should be agriculture, future food, agriculture, soil scientists, material scientists, even nutritionists and health scientists. It was impossible to go for only for one.
You guys are doing things that I feel like US scientists we dream of and we talk about, but there's not the infrastructure to support, say, putting those the different disciplines together. Wow, and force, I guess, scientists to actually collaborate with other scientists.
So 4 years in a food company, having a responsibility for the research collaboration with academia. And after that, I came back as an associate professor, and then did what I had to do to get a professorship. But I think that this combination with academia and private sector gave me the opportunity to have this management for academic responsibility for intelligent health, because that's we try to collaborate and be more interactive with the external partners, both the health sector and private sector. So with my background, that gave me this possibility to do other. So instead of teaching, I now have this responsibility and my teaching. So 50-50 research and 50-50 intelligent health.
Okay, which one do you like teaching more? Do you like the research more? Or do you have a...
Well, I do really like research.
Okay.
Yeah, but I also think it's really nice with this intelligent health. There's a lot of it's a new way of working at the university, I think, and with the external partners, and also this interdisciplinarity. And we also include students in networking with external partners and interdisciplinary networking, health and technology. So yeah, I really like both of them, and I miss teaching sometimes also. Yeah.
Apologies, sorry, I've just got one quick follow-up before we move on to your background. You talked about interdisciplinary nature, and that's something I'm also very passionate about, trying to get more science to be interdisciplinary, because I think that's where the coolest finds are. How does your team, how do you guys focus on trying to make things more interdisciplinary?
Well, in our research projects, we have quite interdisciplinary teams.
Okay.
And also intersectorial teams, and we collaborate with people from more tech, like AI and machine learning and so on. And for intelligent health, intelligent health is the health faculty and technology faculty that owns this initiative together. So it's really important to all activities that we do. It's in collaboration between researchers at both faculties to make them get to know each other better, to make them have projects together, and also together with the external partners. So I think it's both in projects and in events, conferences. It should be not only diving into one health area, but having a bit more lift in a bit more, that it's relevant to both technology and health.
That's something, I was reading a book recently, and they were talking about the breakdown of, if you look at the most successful academic labs, the ones that publish the most and that publish the highest impact journals, it's actually not ones that all have a molecular biology background or all the same homogeneous background. They have that diverse portfolio, but at least the labs I've seen, they aren't actively recruiting for those different backgrounds still. So that's really cool that you guys are pushing for that.
Chloe, the scientist.
Science is for everyone.